The Bloodline storyline has been going on for just over 2 years at this point, and we can proudly and surely say that it is the best thing that WWE has produced in recent years. And the fact that Sami Zayn has inserted himself into the Bloodline and become a part of that group without actually being blood makes it that much better. But now, it's WrestleMania season, so every single WWE fan out there, especially those in the crowd and at home, chanting Sami Uso, Sami Uso, are beginning to wonder and are beginning to hope for Sami Zayn. Because at first, when Sami Zayn first joined the Bloodline, it seemed that he was just there for the comedy act, for the comedy relief, to lighten up the stable and make it more familiar, more relatable to the audiences. But over time, Sami Zayn has become the most beloved member of the Bloodline, almost rivaling the Tribal Chief himself, Roman Reigns. And now fans are starting to wonder, does Sami Zayn get the challenge for one of the world titles or the Undisputed Universal Championship at WrestleMania? Is that the road that WWE is trying to lay upon us in the coming weeks on Friday Night SmackDown, in the coming pay-per-views? Or do we go the more obvious route, which would be for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens to eventually reunite on screen, on SmackDown, on pay-per-view, wherever, but they'll reunite and they'll go on to challenge the Usos at the show, with shows at WrestleMania in Los Angeles, California, for either the Raw or the SmackDown Tag Team Championships, or who knows, even the Undisputed Tag Team Championships. But now fans are starting to wonder where Sami Zayn is going when it comes to WrestleMania season. And the reason for this is because it's pretty much a win-win either way for the fans. It's a win-win either way for Sami Zayn. Because either way, either program puts him in a very prominent, relevant spot for WrestleMania, which is exactly where fans want Sami Zayn to be. He's earned that. He's worked so hard over the past 3 years, not just with the Bloodline itself. Over the past 3, almost 4 years that he's been playing a heel, since he turned a heel, he has been doing everything right. Because he debuted back in 2016, that happy-go-lucky, run-of-the-mill vanilla babyface, and we all love him because the guy can wrestle. That has never been in doubt, except when he turned heel about 3 years ago, and he went from being the working guy, the guy who put on those technical masterpieces, the guy who would just fight back every single time, and yeah, he would lose sometimes, but he would put up the fight. He went from being that guy to being squirmy and a little bit unwell together with his long hair and his beard, and fans started to doubt if he could go or not. But now it's up to WWE to decide where they want to take this. And I don't know if you've heard, I don't know if you've read this, but there are a lot of people speculating that The Rock is throwing people off the scent with his recent comments about, I'm not sure I can get into WrestleMania wrestling kind of shape in order to challenge Roman Reigns for the Universal title at WrestleMania. Who knows if that's true? Who knows if he's just, like I said, throwing us off the scent for a big surprise return at the Rumble. And I've said this multiple times. I do not want, and I don't think The Rock needs to win the Rumble to challenge for the world title at WrestleMania. It's The Rock. The Rock can just show up, demand a title shot, one of the very few men that can actually demand a title shot, and he will get it because he is the people's champion. He has that legacy. He has that pedigree. He has the accolades, and he has the charisma. That's without a shadow of a doubt. So I think that the Royal Rumble match win should go to either Sami Zayn or Cody Rhodes or somebody else. But as far as which two paths that WWE can take this Sami Zayn character on for the next few months going into WrestleMania, I would pretty much keep him on track to where he reunites with Kevin Owens and he challenges for the tag team championships along with Kevin Owens at WrestleMania, and obviously eventually wins those titles at the show of shows. I think that would be the best conclusion to the current storyline running on SmackDown involving Kevin Owens. I get that there are a lot of people that want Sami Zayn to beat Roman Reigns for the championship. And sure, that would create a brand new star, a brand new world champion. He'd become a world champion in WWE for the very first time. But I feel like Roman Reigns' opponent at WrestleMania is either going to be Cody Rhodes or The Rock. One of those two is your main event. And if WWE decides to pluck Sami Zayn in that main event spot for the world title, as deserved as he has worked for it up to this point, I think that would cancel a lot of matches out. It will cancel a lot of storylines out, because then Cody Rhodes doesn't have a program to lead into WrestleMania. Kevin Owens doesn't have a program to lead into WrestleMania. And sure, you can put those two together, but you have to turn one of them heel. And Kevin Owens is babyface. Cody Rhodes is obviously returning as a babyface. So I would just go the most simple route, which would be to keep Sami Zayn on his current run, reunite with Kevin Owens, challenge and defeat the Usos for the tag titles at WrestleMania, and then, once Roman Reigns does not have the World Championship anymore after WrestleMania, have Sami Zayn get his revenge on the Tribal Chief at SummerSlam. Again, planning for the future, you got a main event, you got two main event caliber matches set up for WrestleMania, and then you got a main event caliber match that isn't for the World Championship but involves a fan favorite, an extremely fan favorite in Sami Zayn versus a former World Champion and the man for the past 2, 3, 4 years in WWE and Roman Reigns, and you have that as a main event match for the show of shows in the summer, SummerSlam, of course. But that would just be my personal route. I wouldn't be upset if they decide to go with Sami Zayn challenging for the world title at WrestleMania. I think that would be a pretty good decision. It would be a hell of a story to tell leading into WrestleMania. So either way, like I said, the fans, analysts, pundits, WWE itself, WrestleMania itself, it's a win-win situation either way if Sami Zayn decides to go for the tag titles or the world title, whatever WWE creative ends up deciding on. But again, that's only my opinion. You might have a different opinion. You might think, you know, Sami Zayn deserves to face off against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. He deserves to be world champion at least once in his WWE career, in his current WWE run. So, if you do, leave your thoughts, comments, and predictions in the comments section below. I'm Alexis Carrillo, and I will catch you next time right here on ACB Wrestling Talk. See ya.